to download it. I'm hearing something here. Check. Okay, we're live. Alright, I haven't done this in a while, so it took a lot to get logged into this thing. I hope I'm live on my main channel here. Is anyone out there? Going for a morning stroll here. Prism has changed a little bit since I've been in. I like the microphone audio bar thing. I think I'm live somewhere. Oh, there's somebody. Somebody's watching me. Can someone type in the chat if I'm on my Glockford channel, my Honest Abe channel? Hello there. Yes. You would not believe what I'd go through to get this thing going with Prism again. It's been a very long time. I looked in my vault and I found my first live stream that I did using this was on April 24th of 2024 on my my Honest Abe .1 channel. I used to go live a lot on that one. We used to get some big crowds there, man. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. Anyway, I'm not sure what channel I'm on, but I hope I'm on the right channel. I had to go through a lot of hoops to get logged into this account, and I think I'm on my main channel, but I really don't know. Somebody went live on this a long time ago, like a year or so ago, and they actually brought in a couple of people on a panel. And I don't know if they were using Video Ninja or what they were using. I never fully figured that thing out. But somehow they brought a couple guests on. I know on YouTube Mobile Live, you can... there's a couple other ones out there that you have like 12. So there's that. Looks like my... I was going to get into some of the stuff that's been going on, if you guys have been following it, but there's a lot of it. There's quite a bit of it. It's a lot to digest. It really is. Rumors going around about Mike Cerrone, but is it a big troll? Is it, is there something really sinister there? Something bad happened to him? I hope not. I hope not. This is just a video platform, and somebody mentioned yesterday, like, being on here, outliving this thing here, outliving us. Outliving us, and I said, that's possible. That's possible, but I don't think it's too probable. I don't think in another 20 years we're going to have YouTube. I think it's going to be something different. There's going to be a mega merge platforms, and Conan O'Brien, I think, called it best back in 2009 when he said. It was in the year 3000. He said YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook are going to join to form one super time-wasting machine called UTwitface. I firmly believe that. Hello, John. Can you confirm that I'm on my what is it called? Honest Abe channel, which used to be called the Glockford, Illinois one. I should probably change it back to that name. But it really doesn't matter what your channel name is anymore. It's all about your hashtag. I keep thinking of hash browns every time I hear that. Hashtag hash browns at the side order. Some scrambled eggs and some hush puppies and some bacon strips. Yum, good stuff. Anyway, a good skillet. I've had those a long time. I'm just going for a morning stroll. I do got to go to work later today, so that'll be fun. Oh, cool. We're on my main channel then. All right, then. Let's get down to brass tacks here. Let's get down to business. I'm not sure who this person is. Here, hang on. I can add a wrench on, unlike on StreamYard, I can add a wrench on the, Prism side. Mission unstable due to weak connection. It does that when I'm moving around out here. So bear with me. It's only in 720p though. I had the option of 1080. This is not only no, but hell no. You're a guess. I know they're hanging around that Polly Crispy guy. I know he's still out there lurking among us. Did anybody see Hillbilly Man in the chat over there on Nemesis the other day? Say hi to the pretty quick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9er. Let us see here. I was talking to somebody directly that's on the platform here just last night. That person, that John or Jane Doe shall remain nameless, but I was explaining to them, I says, what do you think about this? Hey, how you doing, TOS? Good morning. I was explaining to them how this platform, or this community rather, community, has become, in some ways it's better. In other ways, I don't know, maybe not. Merging all these communities together, what happens? What happens? Well, what happens is we'll inherit all the drama going on in the other communities. Which, don't get me wrong, it's better than the same old stuff all over again with everything that's been hashed and rehashed over. There's that word hash again, umpteen billion times. Oh, I must have a crappy connection. All right, let me try to get to a better spot. I'm walking around out here. 120p. Let me try to get out of the dungeon here. I'm out here in the booty docks. That's a beautiful morning, though. That's for damn sure. I can see some starlight up here. Stream there a few weeks or so ago. I remember her from, I probably first got acquainted with her over on Morbid X, and that guy hasn't gone live in a while. A lot of people don't know who that guy is. Whole different side of YouTube. That guy had some mega panels going. Lots of people watching. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me better now. Bloody cold here? Well, yeah, it's still kind of cool here where I'm at. On this little location is where I am. But anyways, how do you like my little guy here? I got him doing figure eights. So it took a while to get this thing set up. I did not remember any of it. It still has the same old stock little AI guys. Most of them are actually gals. And the one dude is like an Asian, I was like a teenager. He's like just a young adult who's like, it was created like 2009 or something. It's their default ones you can pick from. I could turn myself into like a pumpkin or a rabbit or some other crazy stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I'll just make my own. I don't even remember how I did this. I went into some gaming, AI. He was using this in his intros. Remember that, guys? He was. He's really mad at Nemesis for bringing Blues and Wasp up there, man. It's like the old band back together again. And, those people were genuinely his friends. Yes, they were. The problem he gets into is this. He just overcomplicates everything, and then he just kind of lumps everything. There was even a period where I was doing some of that, and yeah, people called me out for it too. And I says, well, all right, yeah, that's probably not really wise. It's not fair. Shouldn't be doing that. So I quit, and then it's like the whole remember the timeout ABE era. That was a couple of years ago. That lasted for quite like a year and a half, or about 2 years, or pretty darn near close to it, and that's all gone. That's why Terry Topias, I don't even get on that's why I don't get on your channel anymore, man. That's why I don't do it, because, well, he's gatekeeping the wrenches, and that's fine. I mean, the wrenches, shields. We gotta We got to get with the time here, guys. There is no more wrenches. It's shields. A pendant, whatever you want to call it. And Jason Gaudet is in the house. What's going on, man? I'm seeing your avatars, too. So, anyways, yeah, the talk of the town last night was Mike Cerrone. Well, see, Mike Cerrone hasn't been on YouTube for a bit. He's a regular, kind of in the Chaotic Truth Guys channel, but he hasn't been getting on there lately either. See, and there's been a lot of calls for stuff around where he lives, and so a call like the one that was discovered and reported last night is not super uncommon. Well, I would say it's kind of more rare, but a call like that doesn't even mean that happened, of course. It's just someone called in. Could be. I hope not. No, it's actually kind of cool out here, so I'm talking. And as I'm walking, gotta catch my breath. I can see my breath right now. So, as the weather gets warmer, and I go for my morning strolls. I don't really do a lot of morning strolls because I do so much walking at my job. So, is one living out of jail? I don't think so, no. Amanda Erickson did somebody sent me a screenshot of that. She did a comment on JoJo's Vegas Valleys last night that somebody sent me that showed a list of charges. He's got a slew of them. I can confirm, at least by her reporting, they're all misdemeanors. And they did air, while the shit show was live last night, they did air a cut from some kind of a city or a town, like a city hall or whatever you call it, town hall meeting. It's the city government or township, village, wherever he lives. He being Kane's comedy. I keep wanting to call him Catharsis. Just like everybody still keeps calling Golden Boy Reports Tonic and AK Sales, but then you got the other guy I mixed that up with, who's the Golden Report or something. Golden Reporter, you know who that is. Somebody else. Two different dudes we're talking here. Anyway, long story short, so they were talking about the 7 calls harassing police and stuff like that. Obviously, that was inferring to 111. And so, as far as I know, he's still locked up. There'd be no bail on that one. Not while you're sitting there waiting to be extradited to another jurisdiction, whether it's in or out of your state, but complicates things even further when you're out of state. So it's just like if police chase somebody into a high-speed chase into another state or another county within that state, but like I say, particularly in another state, they have to surrender to them to whatever local county lockup is in whatever new charges they have there. Then they have to go straight back to the home. He's in for a hell of a ride. That's for damn sure. Is he one from King 9? I don't remember. I didn't do a panel this week. So the next time I will go live and potentially do a panel won't be until probably like Monday or Tuesday of next week. He's out there somewhere. He doesn't really go live. I think ER Videos went live last night for a little bit, I guess I missed it. I don't know how many people were there. I can't remember the last time he even went live. Prime was having a ball up on the shit show. Got a nice screenshot of him. I did. I hope he left it up. I'm gonna go back and grab some more. I mean, why not? God, he looks like Lemonhead. Doesn't he? Man, he's got a melon on him. So anyways, I thought I would go live on this, get it all set up like I had it back in a couple of years ago, and just kind of do an ABE continuous monologue rewind is what this is. So that's why we're here today. my monologue for me. That would be a nice change of pace. I'd have fun with that. Wouldn't you? Kind of a little bad spot here. Someone please mute Golden Eyes. What do you got against Golden Eyes? I like Golden Eyes. I always have. I like Julia. Where's Julia at? Julia is a gem, literally a gem on Vegas Valley. Can anyone say pomegranate person? People do that all the time. There's Terrytopia. You have to go back and rewind. I talked about you momentarily. But Terratopia has some of the leftover ABE, as I called them, from, well, most of these ones are probably the next generation, as I would call them. A lot of the OG ones are not. Some of them aren't online anymore. Some of them passed away, unfortunately. Yeah, I know I'm buffering. This thing is almost like freaking StreamYards, where it has to have an awful lot of bandwidth, and I'm on data right now, and so it's interesting. Let me see what else is going on here. Terry, go for a walk around the block a few miles and go live and start talking, and we'll listen into what you sound like, especially in the colder weather. I'm sure it's cold where he's at. So yeah, but see, I get on his channel, and some of them people will just time me out, and like, yeah, we've long surpassed this era. Terry's way behind the times with his audience. Copycatting Tonic, that's what Rada does. He's copycatting, or has been, Tonic, only went back when all that trolling was going on, back a couple years ago or so. But see, one thing he did not do, however, that Rada does, is call me a PDF file, and simp and stalker, predator, all kinds of stuff like that. And then doctoring up fake receipts using sock accounts. Hell, he did it on his community tab. So that further throws. When you do stuff like that, and you get caught up in it, it's awful hard to use sock accounts and hide behind them now, because your hashtags are showing up in the chat rather than your channel name. So it's easy to identify sock accounts, even if you don't have a wrench. Now, there used to be an app you could buy that you didn't have to have a wrench to click on a user. Anyways, so I think I'm in a better spot now. But yeah, this is what I used to do. I would go live on Prism, go for a walk around the block, and just kick it and talk. We used to get a large audience in here on my other channel. I wonder if I go live on that channel, just what it'll do, you know? I mean, I still pretty much get about the same amount of subs I had back in the day that I do now, but most everybody's here, hanging out with me now, here. That's what's up. So, not much to report. I don't know if there usually really ever is. But, no, Terry, I don't go on your channel because you gatekeep your mods, and you let them time me out. So that's not fun. Why hang out on a channel that's going on? You got your boy Bedtime Clown still around? A lot of people have been looking for him lately. He was talked about on my boss's channel a little bit there, more recent. Not just there, but rumors are flying. But I don't believe. I'm unlike most people out here. I don't believe stuff till I actually see it. So unless I'm provided proof of something, I don't run with it. That's what Steph got herself caught up in on my chat just last night. Yeah, it was last night she did. She tried throwing out something Rada had been saying about me on his channel, and I came back at her and I says, "Hey Steph, you came at me and said, oh, where's the receipt of this about me, right? Well, we've all seen it. I've got some of that stuff downloaded. That was her on Bird's channel, or Paulie's channel, when he went live. And then he I think he deleted it. I think he made it private or he deleted it. One of the two. I can't remember which. I think he deleted it. But I do have a clip from that. I think it was her and Bird and him on there, and his smoke detector went off on the live stream. And I have a clip of that. I don't have much of anything else though, other than that and some screenshots. There wasn't a whole lot of people even there. That was like Paulie's newer channel. Why he doesn't go live on his regular channel? Did he give that channel away? I thought he gave it away, maybe. So maybe he doesn't have access to it anymore. I don't really know. I kind of remember this vaguely a couple of years ago, but I can't be for certain. I don't know. Likes to block. So yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like that Black Rose and 218. What is it? 43. She's I think she's Rada's new girlfriend now. What do you guys think about that? She apparently ditched Silly. I almost said Stupid Wabbit. Same thing, right? Silly Wabbit, Stupid Wabbit. What's the diff? For him. So she's on to her next hate bonding boyfriend. Now I got her in the chat. She blocked me. It was an Angel New NFL or Angel Newfound Life. That guy who always covers Mike. He gets a pretty big audience. I do like the guy, but he kept dropping me when Rata was up there, and that's one thing you'll find out about that guy is you won't find Rata in the Lucy Diamond server, and there's a reason why. It's because if he can't control the narrative, the environment, then he wants nothing to do with it, no part of it. That's just the way he is. That's why he took his opportunity, because I just ignore his fat ass 99.9% of the time, and get up there and start running his big fat mouth, trying to paint me out to be a stalker. So Black Rose started DMing with Angel, and I don't know exactly what she sent him or said to him, but I cornered her the next day or two. I'm trying to remember what channel or chat it was, but I got her good, and I says, oh, hey, looking for those receipts of me stalking you there, Black Rose. And then she blocks me. She don't want to answer that because she doesn't have an answer for that. Anyways, talk about a pick-me gal. That would definitely be her. Let's see here. Where are we at? She used to go live on her channel and just talk shit about me. Rada got up on Lisa B's panel calling me a PDF simp. But he started talking about this guy who's, I don't think he's even on here anymore. He kept getting his channels nuked over and over and over again, known as Rick Productions. And he kept saying that, just like he was doing with the sock account he made of him, trying to make it look like it was him talking about me. I blocked that channel from my channel. That's just him using a sock account, obviously. It's repeating the same thing he was saying about, he was saying Emo and Emo Brother, this guy known as Wonky Eye, who used to be Emo's co-host. They're no relation to each other. He was saying that Emo, Wonky Eye, and me and Rick Berry were in a server together. I don't think so. I'd like to see some proof of that. They tried saying I was having a relationship with that guy. More lies. If you go back in time, I remember that guy, Wonky Eye and Emo. Those guys were around doing their own thing long before there was a group of them with that guy even talking. Wonky Eye had been gone from YouTube by the time Nemesis and Emo and them even started that other channel up amongst themselves. So your timeline's a little off there, Fatso. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Let us see here. Hey, I welcome my critics. That's what I say. I don't like liars. I mean, I just sit back and let that guy dig himself a deeper grave. So Steph tried to pull that stunt with me in my chat, and just in case she ever tries to delete that comment, don't matter. See, it don't matter because see, I got a screenshot of that. See, it's like I started screenshotting Rada's committee tab when he started dirty deleting shit. And I said, nope, you can try. Hey, there's Angel right there. How you doing, man? But yeah, Rada got up on this panel because he knew he could pull that stunt off and get away with it. I mean, Angel, you kept dropping me, letting him run his mouth. That's what Lisa B did too. And those are the only kind of places you'll see a guy like that doing that. Somebody said they were wondering why he didn't get on the shit show anymore. They used to a long time ago, and that would probably be why, because he figures he's not going to be able to pull the same shit off that he does all these other channels and get away with it. That's my opinion. Oh, and my opinion's fact too, right? Absolutely, yes. You guys, whenever you come on here and you throw out your opinions about somebody, them are fact too. Anyways, Angel, if you're still out here, you're probably aware of what's going around, the buzzword about Mike. And I have nothing on that other than the police call log on that's it does show his block. However, it's rounded off to the nearest hundredth. And there's, I believe in that area, there's a number of apartments around there. So that could literally be anywhere, just because it's in his vicinity. It could be a false call or a false report. Just like, we haven't seen that before. So I really don't know. I really don't know any validity to that other than maybe it's a troll. If it's a troll, it's a pretty bad one. At that, I mean, faking someone's untimely demise on online or even offline, man, it's not a good look in my book. So Angel's not the one who started that. I don't think were even around when that was going on last night. Probably not. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by. I told you we weren't going to lose your wrench on my channel, man. Homie, don't play that, man. I don't do that. If I get into a panel battle with somebody somewhere, I don't yank their wrench on my channel. In fact, I think Rada's even still got a wrench on here, even though I blocked him. I blocked him because he kept cyber stalking me. There's the word. That's the correct analogy you say, not stalking. Stalking means you're in real life, but cyber stalking or harassing, bullying, however you want to fit that one in there. Yes, into the abyss is what he did. Let's see here. So aside our fat rat out there, I can't think of what else is going on. Mike Cerrone, of course, he's a big talk, and maybe he is in jail. I know he was in jail. Did anybody confirm that he ever got out of jail? That's a good point. I think Angel brought that one up. I'm glad you mentioned that, actually. Where were you last night? We need you, man. Where were you? I was just sit back and take it all in, and somebody sent me some stuff on that, like the police, like the call log thing. With the police department out there, you can actually look up stuff online without having to FOIA request it and just get some basic information off of it. Like, when I say very basic, I mean you can get like call types, you can get the general address location, but not the address, the type of call, and that's about it. Got to that one. If he's sitting, so anyway, that was what was going around. I haven't heard any final answer on that about it. I hope that's not true. I follow some of you guys over in that side. A lot of places I go, and hopefully that's not true. So, people were being a little bit more careful about, like, all but saying it but not saying it, really. Because I don't think anyone really knows for sure. Anyways, yeah, I will say this, though. Anybody that's that deeply vested in this stuff, where they would wish someone to do that, self-harm and whatever, or just naturally pass away, you better reevaluate yourself. That's just it. There's one of my number one fans in the chat there. The guy out on something. He tried to call his bluff. What he does is he'll deflect and he'll go, well, we all remember that. We were there. First of all, of course, I'm talking about Ding Dong in the chat there, Trump said. First of all, Trump said, who is we? That would be for starters, and where. I like the who, what, where's, when, whys, and hows of your non-receipt receipts. I love that stuff. One thing I stopped doing quite a while ago is when people put out some, bullshit, bogus information about you, in this case, me. What does lore mean? I mean, L-O-R-E? Liar? Okay, well then you go on your channel and you put up receipts you do not have, clearly do not have, and then we'll have fun with that. So where's your receipts there, Trump said. Everything this guy and it's not his buddy, as I know, but everything that he says, he just repeats stuff he hears. And, he tries. I don't get the whole his whole spiel with that. Other than the fact that he thinks that, yeah, we remember that. Yeah, we saw that. That's what we saw. We know. Wait, we got you. Know what? That's kind of vague. So from now on, I'm going to say this about Trump said. I'm going to say, Trump said was, and probably, I think you still are a Huckleberry simp, and that's fine. I don't gatekeep people. Call it out, buddy. This guy has always vouched for her being a veteran, and even her discharge document shows that she never went in. She enlisted, and I always gave her credit for that. Anyone, I don't care who you are, if you enlisted and you got something there, then that's good for you. But she never served a day in her life. I think she might have gone to MEPS, but that's about it. So we all remember this from about 3 years ago or so. Anyways, even Albert Mell said on ER's panel when she was up there with COVIDs. I have that download. That was a magnificent live stream, by the way. Unfortunately, there was a good amount of doxing being done in there by you know who. She did that. Where was I at here? So Albert Mell got up there and said, she's, well, Albert Mell, am I a veteran? And then he goes, in my opinion, no. So she didn't like that too well. I do have that entire live stream downloaded. That was so grand, but ERR owns it. If he's still in here, he was in here a little bit ago. I'd love to republish that. I'd have to do some high editing in there to remove all the doxing that she was doing in there. I'm sure there's some few choice words of language content that probably aren't appropriate for YouTube, but hell, people use them all the time. I'm just more concerned with the doxing that was going on in there. Trump said, from now on, when I say something about you, I'm going to defer to simply saying that, we remember this. We were there. We saw that. And then just put a period on it. So that's one thing I actually stopped doing is, so like I say, people get on the internet and they talk shit about you. Who cares? It's just words on the internet. They're not receipts of anything. Don't feel compelled to prove yourself to anything. And that's what I was saying about the whole Stabby and Hebrew Operator laptop thing. I mean, look, people were clearly using her for troll bait, content, shock content value. And she was giving him all these DMs to show about, yeah, I get it. I get her prerogative. Hebrew hasn't said a whole lot about it. He's pretty much stayed away from it. He talks a little bit about it. I think Andrews. I gotta be careful when I say Andrew because there's more than one out here. But the thing of it is, for it, people are going to download it. There's really no way around that. But at least you control the original stream. It's not somebody else's channel at their discretion or leisure. People can do what they want to do, of course. But at the end of the day, I would say this: if you're going to do something like that, there's a couple of things that happen there. Of course, people are going to be like, "Oh, this person's a DM releaser." If we go back to 4 years ago, from my side of YouTube, there was people doing this. People were sending recruit DMs that they were having back and forth about me or about somebody else. And they were bouncing around all over the place. And when you do that kind of stuff, it does become a trust issue between you and a lot of people. It does. Trump said, did you take the green or the yellow or the orange pills this morning? I'm just dying to know. I mean, symbolically, of course. Just curious. You really seem to be screaming for my attention, but you keep dumping the same stupid comment in the chat over and over again. Not showing anything. I told you to go live on your channel, you don't go live, really. You did go live once. And I did download that before you took it down, by the way. Only for about 7 or 8 minutes, I think it was. But I know you don't do panels. But I'll tell you this. You can make videos. You did used to make videos trying to go to bat heavily for Huck to prove that she was a veteran. I remember those videos. I have some of those downloaded, maybe all of them, I'm not sure. So why don't you go do the same thing on your channel about me? That'd be great. I'll even give you a view. That would be great. Could you do that for us? Well, go make some videos about me and put me on blast and show all these receipts you don't have about whatever it is you're babbling on about this time, last time, anytime. I don't care. When 9 times out of 10, they're not real questions. They are, in fact, antagonistic, derogatory, usually slanderous statements that are phrased in the form of questions. Why would I answer those? Why would you answer those? Am I buffering again? Damn it. Well, I'm not going to be in here much longer. How long have I been live for? Oof, almost an hour. Wow. I've had a great time, though. Like Trump said, you're the one that's coming on here. Again, you're the one that comes on here and calls me a liar and says, we were there. We remember this. That's pretty vague there, Spud. If you could be a little bit more specific and particular, that would be great. Okay? Thanks a bunch. Bye. I'm making a movie Office Space. Anyways, I just don't care. One thing, who did this with me? Rebel. Are you out there, buddy? Yeah, he pulled what I called a wicked weenie on me, and well, kind of, sort of, but in an opposites kind of way. So Wicked came at me one time, not too long ago, and she goes something like, she says, you don't have any friends, prove it. I'm like, bitch. And I do call guys bitches too, by the way. I would say about Bedtime Clown. I'm like, Yes. My response should have been, hey, I've got, how many people are subbed to my channel? Like 14, almost, not quite 1,400. Is it 1,300 something people? Something like that. I have 1,300 something friends. There you go. There you go. But yeah, that's always a chief go-to. And he goes, I'll bet you I have less people. He goes, I bet you I have less haters than you do. That's what he said. I thought that was hilarious. That's pretty funny. I'll tell you this. My response to him, and if he's watching this, if he's not watching this, shout out to the, damn it. If he's not watching this, shout out to the replay crew. I'm almost done with the stream anyway. I'm almost back at my undisclosed location. But my response to him would be this. The minute you start caring about what anybody, and I mean anybody, thinks, says, projects about you on the internet, you definitely need to take a look in the mirror. I do have a lot of friends out here, a lot of good people. I talk to them off of this platform. Let me just go ahead and out all my DMs with those people. Not happening anytime soon, trust me. But yes, I thought that was actually kind of sad that when he made that statement. I don't really cover him much. When I go live, I don't replay people. I don't do like what Terry Topi here does and just puts up somebody's community tab and just goes over it. Even, Terry, here's what I'll give you, Terry. This is what I'm going to give you. You're going to love this, okay? Rata copied you. He carbon copied you. Restreaming, going over my community tab. He did do that. And that was something you were doing long before him. So I'm going to give that one to you. You got that one. So in this case, in this instance, he copycatted you. Of course, you copycatted other people like COVIDs or Tonic, Golden Boy, etc., etc. But from a couple of years ago or so. But I will give you that. You're going to get that. Somebody mentioned Joey Waffles recently. I don't think where is Joey Waffles? He did go live not too long ago playing some music, and that's about it. That's the only thing, anything I've seen out of him. So I know he's out there, but he's not really out there. I'm not in a server anymore if he still has one. I assume he still has one, but I really don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure on that one. But trust me when I tell you this, people. People, listen to me. I'm gonna preach this, okay? Look. Before any of this voice over IP with video shit came around, this social media anything, there was no MySpace, there was barely AOL. Even before that, if you wanted to have fun talking to the outside world, you had to do it on the radio, okay? The Citizens Band or CB radio. And that was the way you did it. Or you could go with a ham radio. You could go that route too. Be around. There was talk groups, there was cliques on there. There were shit shows on there, you bet. There wasn't just truckers on there on the highway. Breaker 19, Breaker 19. But back then you had to be a little more creative. You had to have some knowledge, of course. How are you going to get this station on the air? Antenna, coax, radio, power supply, and all. And that was your like YouTube in the for my area, the 80s and the 90s, right? And prior to, of course, any of this. So, but again, different times they were. And I would definitely love to go back to that. I still have a CB radio base station. It's called a Saturn Galaxy. It's in my closet. Man, that thing's got some dust growing on it. I don't know if anyone's really on there today. I mean, you're zipping along 30-something years later, at least. Anyways, I'm walking here right now, so I'm not really paying a lot of attention to the chat. I see you guys. I'm looking down on it now. So yeah, you would talk on the CB back in those days, and you would take it to a CB shop if you didn't buy it from there, and they would tweak and they would tweak it. They would tweak and peak it. They would turn up the MOSFETs. They would adjust the deviation, the audio, especially if you have a sideband radio, single sideband, which doesn't have a carrier, of course, and the signal. So yeah, you wanted to have boosted audio, but things were different back then than they are now, you know? But honestly, guys, I will tell you this. If you are somebody who is definitely too sensitive to what people think or what they say about you on the goddamn internet, blasphemy. Hey, I didn't say damn, I'm getting better at this. Then, yes, I would say it's definitely time to not necessarily log off, but there's a bajillion things out here in the world to do. That's why I said it'd be nice to see Terry, you're not working right now. Why don't you go volunteer somewhere? You know, give back to your community, man. You know how many years I volunteered my time volunteering for this or that or the other thing and didn't get a dime out of it, spent my own gas money, paid for my own meals, and just volunteered. A lot of shit, man, for a lot of years. And while I was working, too. So there's a lot of things to do in this world. I have hobbies that are not this. I've talked about those a long time ago. Does anybody remember what any of them were? I do. In fact, I'm planning on getting outside and doing at least one or two of them this coming season. Get out there and live it up, have some fun. So let's see here. Yeah, Trump said is really screaming for my attention, and you're just not getting it. But I do love these people that. Speaking of, in all fairness, Black Rose, Hillbilly Man, who else? These are people that were definite Huck simps. And the only reason, Hillbilly Man admitted to me when I got him. Now I did get on that guy's panel a couple times. I got on Black Roses a couple times, not many. They would just drop me really quickly. Huckleberry's the one that trained these people on the dirty tricks that you can use and pull with StreamYard. And that would be cranking people's audio down to zero, kicking them backstage, all of that, right? Just outright banning them. And then saying that they rage quit. Yeah, that too. Nicolina was smart of all people, right? She was definitely thinking ahead on this one. And she was smart to go, hey, you know something? When she got up there, it was about a year and a half or so ago, to confront that bitch. You remember what she did? I do. She was screen recording, and she recorded where she got kicked off the panel when she said she quit the panel. And Nicolina proved that one. Shout out to Nicolina for that. The Mean Girls. So yes, she did. So that's the kind of shit she would pull. That's why her community outreach arena channel, or whatever it was called, was a huge failure. It's just because it was a one-sided. Even Lisa B said that. The reason it didn't last, it failed before it even got off the ground, is because it was all one-sided arguments. You know, if you wanted to talk to Reaper, you got to get through her first, and that was about to happen. So Black Rose and Hillbilly Man admitted outright that he befriended her, because she hates me. That's the reason he did it. Me and definitely at least somebody else, but me for sure. You'll find that with people like Black Rose. You know that Midwest mom of two that gets on your channel there, Terry? That bitch? You know what's so ironic is Rick Crude got up on Lisa B's panel, and he was showing a picture of Flying Monkey. I'll say God rest her soul. She was a bitch too, to pass while she was on the earth, don't get me wrong, but I don't wish that anybody. Like I say, I think that's actually sad. But, again, it doesn't excuse or change what you did on earth, right? No, it doesn't. Neither would it for me. Anyways, one day when I'm long gone and I'm just I get returned back to dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, right? So, Midwest Mom, that bitch, she said, well, I made this channel just to get at Abe. That's why I did this. And every time he talks about my mother-in-law, then I will put up more videos. I'm like, great, but it would be better if you would just make the old ones public. That way we can have the chat replay. That would be even better. That would be on your mother-in-law's original channel, of course. Of course. So this bitch saw Rick Crude put up a avatar with Flying Monkey's picture on it. It was a kind of a later picture, right? And I got screenshots of all this. So she starts going at him saying, hey, Rick, that's pretty shitty for you to do considering she had your back so many times. And she did. Those two were like peas in a pod. Thick as thieves they were. He still is. So you would think Midwest Mom would just blow along, right? And, how dare this SOB put a picture of Flying Monkey up. I mean, hell, if I did that, I'd never hear the end of it, right? That's right. Because we have selective rage going on out here, of course. But it's all for nothing less. But the thing of it was she didn't. They're still friends today. So I didn't see her put up any kind of videos up on that channel of hers about him. But I'll tell you what I did find. I found a video clip where Rick Crude docs. I got him actually doing it. How do you like them apples? I'm sorry, did I say apples? I meant snapples. Do you like those receipts? Hey, Trump said, why don't you make a video about it on your channel instead of here? I mean, don't get me wrong. I do welcome my critics. You're certainly not timed out. Hell, you've got a wrench on my channel. But this is commentary. And I was told by Angel and shout out to Angel. And I do like Angel. But I got told, he told me, and so did, who the fuck else was up there? I can't remember. But the corrosive commentary, he tried to tell me, why are we talking about somebody that's not even here? Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not what you guys have been doing for the last hour and a half on this channel? Thank you very much. But I was told that you're not stalking someone on the internet if you're just doing commentary on them. So this is called commentary. So take that, bitch. Bitch meaning you, Trump said. I'm providing commentary. So when I'm providing commentary, those don't fall under the stalkery, whatever non-existent laws that you've coined up in your head today of a non-existent statute, because it doesn't exist. Now, a real stalking statute, however, at the federal level, I believe, I'm a little dyslexic. Let me see if I get the numbers right on this. 226A alpha or Adam? I think that's the code. That's the federal statute for stalking. And I don't see anything in there that says when you're talking about another streamer or somebody else on your channel that's considered stalking. Sorry. I would agree with the earlier analogy, however, that it's just providing simple commentary. So there you go. Take that, Trump said. Let's see what else here. Oh, Jamie. Jamie has been going live and taking shots at Eli again. No, I'm not talking about this. As the People's Podcast. If you've ever seen that channel, that stream, run by him, of course. Those guys have quite a history. They're still going through a court legal battle today. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Anyways, I'm glad you mentioned that, gas control. Who's David Johnson? That was a great place to work directly for. I really enjoyed my job there. I got graduate education for free. In the tens of thousands of dollars. I thought that was grand. Sam Hill American's the guy who said he has them in like psychiatry and stuff like that. And that could very well be true. I don't know. I don't know if it. Someone showed me a clip I ever said I had 2 master degrees. If I ever go back to school, again, it's not going to be for another duplicate degree of something else of the same type of degree. I'm going to go for a doctorate. That's what I would do. So there is that. What kind of doctorate degree would I go after? Probably be something called the DBA. Look it up. Delta Bravo Alpha for those of you using military phonetics. It's called a DBA. If I ever go back to school again, that's what I would probably pursue. Do I have any intention of going back to school again anytime soon? Not really, no. I don't plan on it now or anytime in the distant future. I'm in my mid-40s now, and I've had enough of school. Thank you. Now, would it be cool to have a degree like that? Oh, hell yes. Could you imagine all my foes on the internet spending the next 3 years talking about that? That would be great. I'd love that. But anyways, just to be clear on that, I can't think of anything else. Like I say, it's kind of got put out. It just kind of spread around last night like a wildfire, and it was actually Capgun that put out. He's like, I hate it when people do this. Everybody just goes with everything they hear, and they don't vet it. Which is I would say is a very accurate statement. Even if that guy still hated my guts, which he doesn't now, of course, I would still say that. I would still give him credit for that because that's true. Too many people, they hear shit on the internet and they just go with it. And that's called a you problem. That's a them problem. Good morning. That is the real Amanda Erickson in the chat. So I don't have anything, unless you've got an update on this whole thing. I don't. But I would second exactly what is going on, if anything at all. And I don't know with what I have or what people have provided to me to look at with it that there's nothing that can say for certainty that would be him. There's not the stuff that's out there doesn't even have his name connected to it. It wouldn't. So don't know. Stay tuned. We'll find out. I know he had court today. Someone did point that out last night, and that is true. So, but then again, court dockets don't, and that stuff doesn't always get updated right away either. It can often take days, depending on how long it takes to get court access records and stuff like that online up to date and current, can take even weeks in some areas. It's not uncommon. We're typing. So anyways, well, where's your receipts? That's the thing. When you call people up for stuff online, then you have to show the proof. It's not they have to show proof to basically debunk what it is that you're saying. Yes, I know you love talking about that guy. Trump said, nice try. Go talk to Rada. Go ask him for receipts that he doesn't have. All that guy does, again, he just repeats everything he hears from years ago. And that's all he has to go with. See, in the beginning, I was smart enough not to put any personal information about my personal life. Okay, so the things I have put out is very simplistic. Okay, again, you call me a liar, you show the proof. That stuff was already squashed, I think it was over 3 years ago. So, again, keep trying. Terry, that's another reason I do not get on your channel, is you let guys like Bedtime Clown get on there and do that. So, again, hey, even that guy Vern Vision that I used to know, same thing, letting Bedtime Clown get on there and run his fucking mouth and call me a PDF simp and all this bullshit. It's all lies. He has what he has called maybe receipts that he's never put out. I've already put out a ton of receipts. And the stream from over 3 fucking years ago that guy got on, I have the entire download of that. I mean, that was put on my backup channel. Haven't I said this about a zillion times already? Hey, Trump said, I'll tell you the same thing that I told Bedtime Clown. The live stream that was from over 3 years ago that you're referencing, that you know nothing about, you weren't even there. I have the chat replay recorded and you were not there. You could have downloaded that. It was on my backup channel, which I was using as my main channel for the longest of time. Honest 8.1. It was on my backup channel for over a year. You could have downloaded the entire thing. So if you don't have it, that's a you problem. That's on you. Again, when you state I'm stating facts is not stating facts. I'm sorry. That's just words on the internet. Same thing for you, Isaac, 6361. Put out receipts. Let's take a look for it. Okay. Again, waiting for receipts. Isaac, I know your channel and I'm subbed to your channel. Go on your channel, tag team it with Trump said here, and go ahead and put those receipts out. I'd love to see them. Because you're wrong again. Anyways, it's been fun entertaining you. And not. It was fun to get on here and use Prism Live again. I enjoyed that. But these village idiots in the chat here, anybody catches the chat replay, it'll still be up. It'll definitely still be up. Trust me on that. This is a prime example of why you don't put information about your personal lives, because if these guys had anything else to try to go at me with, they would do it. They've done it by now. And back. And all these two in the chat here, Isaac, Gas Control, and Trump said. The only thing you guys have to go with is some fake shit from over 3 years ago. That's pretty sad for you three. I think that's actually hilarious. So you have a chance to partner up on this, all three of you. And make a video and go to Bedtime Clown. He's got maybe receipts that he's never put out because he doesn't have them. And I will sit back and watch and we'll have fun with that. So there it is. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, see, people like this, when they don't have anything to go at you about your personal life, they keep talking about the same stupid shit over and over and over again, and they've got nothing else to go with. I think it's hilarious. I do. So we're talking about a panel that happened over 3 years ago. Hey, how you doing? Bite Size News. I know who you are. So here, hang on a second here. There you go. Welcome to my channel. I will do a panel, but it'll probably be about 4 days from now. Something like that. And come on up. Trump said this will be your golden opportunity to come up and just annihilate me, right? Bury me with your receipts that you don't have. You could come on my panel and say, we know this. You're a liar. We were there then. We saw this. We know this. Meanwhile, you're talking to a guy, because the specific thing you're talking about, hey, John Enzo, I challenged BTC to meet me at a grassy knoll he never showed. That's pretty hilarious, actually. I think I'll grab that. But it's funny to watch the same people try so hard to go at me with the same stupid shit because they have nothing else to go with. I don't talk about, this is exactly why, and I've said before, you don't talk about your personal life shit on the internet. Because douchebags like this, degenerates like this, will take that stuff and they will just keep trying to use it to go at you over and over and over again. It's pretty funny. Right, John? Right, John Golf? I mean, Boeing 777. I do like that channel name, actually. That's pretty cool. I might have a background in that area. So anyways, I'll leave that. I've talked about that before. Who's got the ABE journal? Go dig it up. I've talked about that just a little bit. But anyways, it's funny to see people like this in chat trying so desperately to go at me over a panel with a guy known as Rick Productions getting on it over 3 years ago. It wasn't even on my channel. I remember coming up on there about a half an hour into it to see what the hell was going on. And yes, it is still the same old. Oh, there's that sock account. How you doing? Hang on a second here. I would appreciate if you come back and if you use a sock account, don't try to replicate mine. Thank you. Anyways, yes, I do have a very extensive background on a lot of things, Terry, and if what is said about you is true, then what's your problem? Why are you not working right now? A lot of people have tried to kind of push you to go do better with yourself. They're not even like going at you. They're just simply saying, why are you in this like predicament in life? What's going on, buddy? Go find a job. I've got a job. I work. And if you don't work, why don't you go volunteer? That's why I say I used to volunteer and I used to work. And I did that for years and years and years and years. All throughout my 20s, I did that. Anyways, by the way, ER Videos was around back then, and he knows exactly what was going on in that particular panel, and he knows exactly who did what to who. So there you go, Trump said. And Isaac, and what's his name? Gas Control Rich. Call him a liar too. Let's see. I mean, you can keep trying, Isaac, but it's not going to work. Yep, you were there. And no, when Nemesis was having panels with that guy and other people, I was not there. I was not a part of that, any of that. Show me your receipt. Let's take a look together. I'd love to see it. Anyways, that was Rick Crude and Blue Eyes 69 Mammy, I don't think she's even on here anymore. We kind of took care of Blue Eyes. I think she's reemerged a couple of times. That's about it. That's the one who lied and called me a PDF because Rick Crude said that. It was Blue Eyes, 4303. That's our hashtag. So there you go. I would love to see receipts on any of that. Again, still waiting 3 years later. So until you come out with receipts, guess what? I'm not going to entertain you anymore. I'm actually going to end this thing here in just a minute. I can't think of what else to go over. But yes, I love when the trolls keep trying to go at you with misinformation, stuff that happened over 3 years ago. Nobody even cares. Most of the new people out here don't even have a clue who any of these people are. You people are talking about anyway. So there's that. But yes, I have the entire... it was like 3 hours or 3.5 hours long live stream from 2023. And if you wanted it, you had a chance to download it for over a year. And not only that, but I actually clipped the part out where I was talking with a guy known as Slash Canada, Axel Bailey, who's the guy who rounded that guy up to get him on that person's panel in 2023. And that person even released all of the Skypey messages of this guy berating her and kind of going at her for 2 weeks to try to let him get on their panel. Now, if you want to try to debunk me and prove me wrong, then I'm waiting. I'm all ears. My email is posted. My Discord is Bobo9547. And you can leave a comment on my channel. Well, most of you can. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. So here we are. So again, receipts, I got them. Apparently you don't. So there's that. Where did Isaiah go? Rick Cruz has been sharing stories about news. Yes. Rick Cruz now, well, he's been doing that for a long time. there was a group there. There was a kind of like a little kind of a little community there. This is before Lisa B got really super well known by a lot of other people. She was Lisa B CMTSU was her original channel. I was one of her earliest mods. I think her first mod probably would have been, who was it? It was not me. I know that. I think I was like her third or third or fourth mod. Preston, you were probably one of them, is my guess. There was Rob C. You were around, and then who was the other guy? Rob C. I mixed him up with another guy, Constitutional Cowboy. He was around back then, and I don't know that he was I don't think he was one of her mods though. But anyway, Preston might have been her first moderator. That's not a wild guess. That's an educated guess. She would probably know better than me. But yes, I was one of her earliest mods before anyone knew who she was, and she got known out there. You know, her channel got really super popular, and ASMR got on there. That was after the whole Black Rose Rhine when she was her manager mod. On StreamYard and on YouTube. There was, this is one of the things I want to do before I ended the stream. So I had ran into, Black Rose would always make sure I couldn't talk to anybody else, of course. But it is true, she blocked me off of Lisa B's channel for about 10 or 11 months, something like that. Something like that. And I was the one who trolled her to get on panel rather than hiding in the chat. Sunshine and Flowers on Huckleberry's channel is her, Black Rose 21843, and start talking. And she was using a voice disguiser, and it was not a very good one. And unbeknownst to me, and this is definitely not pre-planned, although you could tell she was using a voice disguiser when she came on there to begin with. Very robotic. Her voice sounded very robotic. Indeed, but Naven decoded her audio, and then we found out that's who that was. You got her blocked? She's a bitch, isn't she, Amanda? All she does is talk about Stabby set all the time. That's all she does. She locks into like one person, and that's all she talks about. For 2 years it was me. So anyways, she is a very rude person. She's one of Terry's. She's one of your 5 watchers, isn't she? Or used to be anyway. I don't know if she still is. But Rose. That was kind of her era, and she did not like corrosive commentary, and she didn't like ASMR. She wanted them blocked off of her channel too. Or she wasn't going to come around. That was the whole fallout with her and that flying monkey. And I said her name again. Trump said, "What are we going to do about it?" So Flying Monkey had a fallout with her because Flying Monkey said she didn't like me, of course, and she wasn't going to come around Lisa's channel when I was around. And then Black Rose put a twist on it or something, and with corrosive and ASMR. This is an old kind of a cat fight between these wonderful women. Hey, you know something? Some women are not ladies, just as some men are not gentlemen, and Black Rose is definitely not a lady. I think she'll even openly admit that. Remember, this is all commentary. So we're doing commentary here. Forget the pun, right? Corrosive. But anyways, what else was I going to say about her? So there was two other women that were, hey, Crafty, two other people that were moderators with Lisa's channel. Now, Lisa initially took my wrench away from me, the first one I got on her CMTSU channel, and that's because Rick Krug got on there and started making death threats to Virgo Triad. And also, he started in Kimball's. There's a gal named Kimball's who I used to call Kibbles and Bits. All in good fun. And Black Rose would always make sure I could never talk to them ever on a panel. She would mute me, throw me back, all of that. The only reason Black Rose got on the whole hate Abe train was the same reason that Evil Terry is doing it, with whatever leftover pickings, which are small pickings at that, are left, because Terry used to get on panel with Flying Monkey and Blame Katie when Blame Katie first started going live and going at me. Same thing for COVIDs. He was always friends with COVIDs, but not like Flying Monkey or Katie. And I've got some of that old shit. I put out one video already. I could put out a couple more. And there's Evil Terry on Katie's panel with Flying Monkey and Bedtime Clown. And they're all talking shit about me. So anyways, it's all part of like hate bonding or fitting in with the clique, that whole spiel. So you did do that, Terry. You did, and that's why. As far as like respect goes, Terry, I'm sorry to say, whatever respect, which is more like trolling, it's not ever going to happen or exist, because I remember you when you see on these panels and these people were calling me horrible things that are not true, slandering my name all over the place, defaming me. And you just sat there like panel furniture, like Black Rose did on Huckleberries when she was trashing everybody else, including me. Geez. He lets Bedtime Clown get on there and do it. Bedtime Clown's kind of gone into stealthy mode. Has anyone seen him around lately? I haven't. But anyways, neither here nor there. What was I going to say? So Kibbles, I ran into her on COVIDs. This would have been, oh God, he hasn't gone live in a while. So this would have been like earlier this year, I think, or maybe even late last year. One of the two. And she actually was being nice to me in the chat. And I just about, Kibbles was. I haven't really had a chance to ever talk to her. Because again, Black Rose would always make sure I could not talk to her. Or anyone else for that matter. Virgo was being cordial with me at first, and then she got real ugly with me in the end. And then she just went ballistic on a panel with me, and a couple panels she got after that, screaming to Lisa she was not going to be, she didn't want to party. A lot of the drama actors were starting to land on her channel. That was kind of when ASMR was first coming around the bend for the second or third time. I think the second time after being gone a while. And so her channel started getting very, very popular. And that's Virgo Triad was not about that. And away, gone she went, I guess. But I was still blocked off of it. That was about the point I was getting unblocked off of her channel. Lisa would still not let me up, but she had Golden Boy up there, Tonic up there, and he just said let him up, and she finally did, and that's how I got back on her channel. I haven't been on her channel since then for a while, and the reason I haven't been on her channel, and I think she does know this, is because every time I got up there with Rick Crude. When Rick Crude jumped on there when I was already on there and started his shit, as he always does. And she kept dropping me and letting him run his mouth. I just got tired of it. And I just said, fuck it. I just didn't go back. I mean, she pulled my wrench. And then, she was doing that frequently anyway. But I'm like, and then she said, oh, Rick won this one because, why? Because you kept dropping me off panel and letting him just say what just like with Rada. I mean, the Rada does the same thing. If he can get on a panel and he can just run roughshod over the whole thing, run his mouth, talk shit, not show any receipts because he doesn't have any of anything he says. It's all stuff he stole. He's it's like playing telephone in kindergarten. Just you got to dumb yourself down even worse than that as adults now. But as long as he can run roughshod over the panel and basically, if the host will mute you, will kick you, and let him just run rampant, then that's a win for him. That's how he does it. Again, he only does it when he's in a controlled environment. What I mean is, if he controls the environment, that's when he does it. That's why you don't see him in that Lucy server again, or anywhere else like that. So I was talking about that earlier, but again, Trump said, I'd love to see receipts for that. You don't have any. You were simping for Huckleberry, who was saying some very, very bad things about people's kids. What do you think about that, Trump said? Yep, you sat there like panel furniture. For how long in her chat? Well, she sat there and did that, and she was a vet. She was a vet. I know she was a vet. I'd defend her. I'll make 1,000 videos a week on her that she's a vet. And you just sat there and said nothing. There you go. Trump said, as soon as you show your receipts that you're lying about me, then we'll talk. We'll negotiate. How's that sound? That's when I'll deal. So let's see receipts to back up any of your lies that you said about me, and then I will show you mine. I do have them. A view in her chat? Oh, hell yes. I've got video clips of it, too. I've downloaded many of her old live streams that she's now taken down when she tangoed with the wrong man. A proven liar. Are you denying that you were in her chat for all that time hanging out when she was doing all that and not saying a word about it? Is that what you're saying? Did I hear you right? I don't think so. Let's see. Trump said he did used to do panels, but no, Trump said as a regular, you were a moderator on her channel, and you were always in her chat whenever she was doing that. So there you go. What do you think about that, Trump said? No, you were supporting her. You were making video content on her like crazy, backing her like mad for the longest time. And you were Huck Simp. You were Huck Simp as she was doxing everybody and their family and their family and their kids and their dogs and their cats and their neighbors and their coworkers and everybody else in between. Yes, you were there doing that. Don't deny that. Oh, you're going to deny you were on her channel and you were simping for her? Yes, you were. Anyways, there I said it. I don't have to. You know what Trump said? I got you on this one, buddy. We got 35 people watching Honest Abe on a old school Prism Live. This is Abe Rewind 2024. Right here, right now. Trump said, we were there. We saw it. And that's the proof. How do you like them Snapples? Anyways, I do have video clips with Trump said in her chat. I've got downloaded live streams from hers also. I do. And you were definitely there. Yes, you were simping away. So, want to try again? Remember, we were there. We saw it, Trump said. That's all. That's the proof right there. That's all we got. That's all we need. That's all we need. Gotcha. All right. You know what? They make Snapple. They do too make Snapple. I remember when they made Snapple Soda Pop. I used to drink the Snapple root beer. It was clear. It had no color to it, but man, it tasted great. It wasn't like crystal clear Pepsi. I remember that, right? When that first came out back in like 91 or some shit like that, they brought it back. I was kind of stunned to learn that. Like, damn, they did bring it back. Shit. Anyways, everybody shows up like at the end of my live stream, and that's fine. I wasn't really anticipating a lot of people showing up anyway. Shout out to the replay crew, of course. But man, I spent an hour here getting this thing set up again and logged into this account and going to my old shit. I had to go to my my old phone from like 2 models ago. That's how long ago this was. Yeah, 2 models ago, and I made this little AI character and stuff like that, and uploaded into Prism and figure all this out again and get his mouth moving and all the different like positions I designed him in and shit. It's got a little place in my heart. It does. Like I say, even Connie used it in his intros back in the day, right? You remember that? I do. Anyways, I'm not walking anymore. I'm just standing in one spot now. It's probably my signal's stable too. No, I don't have to react to anything Trump said because we were there. We saw it. We heard it. We heard it with our own 2 eyes. We saw it. You were a Huck Simp. You made 1,000 videos, white knighting, going to bat for her. Black Rose was another one. So was Hillbilly Man, and who else? But those are the highlights. That's you guys. Pretty much, what's his name? Spirits. The Reaper's channel. That guy. Yeah, he was up there too. But he would never say anything. He would just sit there quiet too, and not speak out. And she would control him. And nobody ever talked to the guy because she was always right there to stand on guard. And that was her property, man. She owned that guy. We'll go back to Tyrant Wars. When Tyrant Wars was a big thing, and there was 2 channels that were highlighted on there, not to F with. You remember who those 2 channels were? I do. It was Huckleberry and Reaper channel. Or Joker's channel. It's called the Joker's channel. Those 2. Those are the ones that Tyrant Wars cautioned or warned everyone not to F with, is what it said. I've got a screenshot of that too. Let's see here. That channel's basically virtually dead now. There's nothing going on with it anyway. Has anybody seen the last thing I think that channel did was a community tab with a picture, kind of a low resolution picture of 303's mouth, and I guess they're trying to highlight all of his missing teeth or something, or crooked whatever teeth, and making fun of that or something. But that guy's gone. His channel got nuked, and I haven't seen that guy around anywhere. Have you guys? No, I haven't. So that was at least 4-5 months ago or some shit like that. That's the very last time, even without 14 college degrees. Well, no, wait a second here, Trump said. Wait a minute. I remember her talking about her non-college background in criminology or criminal justice. And I remember asking her if she took intro to criminal justice. And if so, did she take her C and see you later? Or did she just flunk out altogether? I mean, which is it? You're talking to a guy who's got... I don't have 2 master degrees. I never said I had 2 master degrees. Sam Hill, however, says he has 2 master degrees. Whether he does or not, I don't know. But he may or may not. I have no idea. But if he does, good for him. If he doesn't, well, he doesn't. I guess it doesn't affect my life. Any does it affect yours? I don't think so. But anyways, where else was it? So, no, I've never said I had 2 master degrees. I believe I said I had 1. But which would be accurate. I've got 3 college degrees, which when you're leveling up, if you understand how academia works. But they're not all master degrees, no. Stupid people on the internet. Don't believe everything you hear, people. Trust me. If it's said on YouTube, it must be true, right? Even more so in Discord. That's for damn straight, man. Damn right. Trump said, I love how you spew and spurg in the chat. I would love to see this. This is what I want to see. I want to see you show any evidence of me hanging out with any of those guys when they were going live, when they were hanging out for however long it is they were hanging out for. I would love to see your receipts of me hanging out with those people. And we're still waiting. Bedtime Clown says he has maybe receipts. I've talked about that. What are maybe receipts? Can anybody tell me what a maybe receipt is? Is either you got it or you don't. Which is it? There's no in between there, right, guys? Can I say maybe I'll show my receipts, maybe I won't? Or can I just simply get away with saying that, or when you try to call my bluff and I say, well, maybe I'll show them someday, maybe I won't? And then then the guy's sitting there trying so desperately to get me to unprivate that old live stream that he desperately wants so bad. And it wasn't even on my channel because I screen recorded it and I uploaded it to my Honest 8.1 channel. It's still there. I checked it the other day. It's still there, all right, but entirety. But again, why would I need First of all, if you say you have receipts to prove that I'm a liar, then why would you be begging me to put up a that you clearly do not have on my channel? Because you wouldn't be asking for it if you already had it. So there is that. And the video, and I just checked it 2 days ago, and it's still sitting there. So it's just private. Okay, I have full access to it. You don't. But the video for over a year, and it had like 160 some odd views. So I would envision of 60 some odd people that saw that live stream that I re-uploaded, that I would imagine at least